Hi all, this is a guide for the full discipline process on the whole game system. So the first things you want to do is head to the FA whole game system. You would then log in with your email address and password. Once you're signed in, you head to the most important page, which is the notifications. This notifies you of any charges, so any yellow cards, red cards and misconduct, but also will notify you of any invoices which are due to be paid. It is important to check this on a regular basis to make sure you are in time with everything you need to do. You will also receive an email the evening once those notifications go on. So what you want to do now, once you've seen these notifications, is we want to go into the discipline tab. So the first thing we need to do is head to the club secretary role or club chairman role at the top. You'll then be welcomed by a group of options down the left hand side. You'll want to head into the discipline tab. And what it will now show you all the cautions, red cards and misconduct which need actioning. So it's awaiting club confirmation. So the first things we want to do is we're going to start with a caution. So what you want to do is under the case ID, you want to click into that and it takes you off to that caution. So as you can see, all the information here on the left hand side regarding the offence and the response due date. It also informs you of how many cautions they have had this season. So now what you want to do is you want to acknowledge the case. So if I click acknowledge, it informs you there will be a £12 payable invoice. You hit OK. The system just refreshes itself and everything's greyed out. You would see it's now changed to yes, that is acknowledged. And if you scroll down, you'll now see an invoice you can pay. So you would just click it and then you would pay that £12 invoice. That caution is now completed and you have done that. So now what we're going to do is head back to the discipline tab. What you'll now see is there is 2 cases left. The caution has moved off of this bit because it's not pending anymore. However, if you did want to see all the cautions, sending off or misconduct, all you would do is just click on this tab at the top and you see straight away it's brought up that caution and says acknowledge. What we're now going to do is we're going to just head back to all of them. And I'm now going to go through a sending off, so a red card offence. So as the caution, what you need to do is click onto the case ID to head into that case. And again, on the left hand side, it provides you all the details regarding this. So you can see there is the sending off offence. When the response date is due, it will show an outstanding balance and it will have a breakdown of that. So this shows there's a claim fee on there, which shouldn't be. And actually then you can see how many games they are suspended for. If you are wanting to lodge an appeal against any decision, so you can't lodge an appeal against an S6, however this you can, all you would click is lodge an appeal, select what appeal that would be. It informs you there's going to be a £30 payable claim charge to be lodged. All you would do is click OK, make payment to this, and it takes you to another page asking you to provide all the details. You will then provide all the evidence you can and County FA would look at it. Please note, if you do wish to lodge an appeal, you must do it 2 working days after the fixture. So usually on a Tuesday, and you must provide the evidence by the Thursday, the 4th working day, for the hearing to be done on the 5th working day. So that is quick, then you acknowledge this quickly, and if you do wish to lodge a claim, you get that completed as soon as possible. If you are happy just to proceed with the red card, then all you will just do is, like the caution, you would click acknowledge. This informs you there will be an invoice raised. So I've acknowledged the case. Because I did click there was a claim lodged, it has turned that green saying we have lodged an appeal against it. You would then scroll down. You can download a notification letter if you wish, but then you would make payment. So you would make payment for that charge. If you have found you clicked the claim by mistake and you no longer wish to make a claim, untick that from the invoice, make the payment, and then please contact West Riding and we'll make sure the claim's taken off. That is how to process a red card and also how to lodge an appeal. So what we're now going to do, now that's done, we're going to again head back to the discipline tab. And like before, you can see the red card has moved off of the system, off of this initial view. But again, if I want to see just my red cards, I can click there and get the sending off. And there it is. And it has said I've claimed a lodge for wrongful dismissal as I clicked into that. And you can click in and see any further details about that. What we're finally going to look at is a misconduct. A misconduct is a little bit more detail there. So what you see, you will go again, you see the list, and again you would just click into the case ID. Once I'm on the misconduct, I can scroll down, it will provide me all the details. What you'll find under the public note is the full information on why that misconduct was raised and charged. You would usually get a £15 admin fee, however, because this is all in the same game and charged, there is none there. And also when you need to respond by. It is vital you do respond by the deadline there, or we will hear the case without any correspondence from yourself, which is then just going on the evidence we have received. If you wish to see the evidence received, what you can do is scroll down and download the notification letter. What this will do is give you information, and under the details you get full details about the whole charge, and you'll be able to look into that and respond accordingly how you feel. So if you go back into the whole game system, what you would then do is every charge needs a response. So what I'm going to do is click a respond. You would select how you plea. So if you plead guilty or not guilty, and what you request. So if you request a personal hearing, there is an admin fee on top of it. And the hearing will be currently arranged online through COVID. Afterwards, it may be arranged face to face. If you have pleaded guilty and wish a personal hearing, it's classed as a verbal plea where you just giving your reasons why it happened, but you are still pleading guilty. If you go non-personal hearing, this is done via correspondence. So we hold our own commission and then we will respond to you with the results of that case. What we do advise, if you plead not guilty, we would expect some sort of document to be uploaded here, giving your evidence on this situation. So you are able to upload any information, as many documents as you wish regarding that case. Just allows us to look into it properly. Again, if there's no documents uploaded and you are pleaded not guilty, we will make contact with you. As it is expected, you will upload something if you are pleading not guilty. If you are pleading guilty, you may not wish to upload everything. That is optional. And the final thing you do, you just tick you confirming everything there, and you'll pay the fee if there is a fee, and you would hit submit. This now goes to West Riding, so we have this case, and depending on what your selection and your plea was, will be how we now proceed. So we would proceed with either arranging a personal hearing or arrange a commission and get your hearing heard just by correspondence only, and then we would let you know of the outcome. Again, we must stress that this response date, you must respond before that date or you'll get heard without any of your information. And again, you'll be able to see all the information on this case documents bundle. So when the results go on there, they will go on there too, so you'll be able to see it when we're doing it. If I finally go back into the discipline tab, you will see this is now blank. That's perfect. It means you've got no outstanding discipline which needs responding to or dealing with. But again, like stated, you can click into each option to see a breakdown of those misconduct that season. And again, you can select all or select different seasons, so you are able to go through all the information and actually see how the discipline is sitting. The next bit to do after all the discipline has been processed is moving on to suspension matches. So as you saw by the red card, the player myself will miss one match. So what we would expect clubs to do next is head into the matches tab. What this will allow you to do is add matches into class towards suspensions. Sometimes you'll have this coming up where it's currently not counting, where you can click use a suspension match. And actually what you will then see, if it is counting towards any, you'll hit that drop down and it would show. But all I'm going to quickly do is add a suspension match for this Thursday. Sorry, I'm going to select next week so you can see how it actions actually against a suspension. So on the 1st, the home team is going to be Woodford Galacticos first. You select what type of match it is. So it's going to be a league competition, and it's going to be the first team we select. If I now hit create on that game, you see it comes through at the top, and you see straight away it's now counting towards that suspension. So that will clear that suspension if it was only one match. If it's free, you can keep going in and adding more matches, and you'll see you keep counting towards till that suspension's done. That is how you clear your suspensions and how you do your matches admin. And what we advise is as soon as you've had any disciplines in, just come in and complete these matches. It means you won't need to do any further chasing or any further admin later down the line to clear a suspension for someone. The final aspect of it all is finances. So if you do have any invoices which need to be paid, any lodges of appeals which you haven't paid, or just any invoices at all, you'll be able to go in and make payment, but also see any invoices previously from in there. So you can see all your affiliation and also your discipline invoices if you wish then to send that off to the player to get them to make payment about it. That is a guide on the discipline processes on the whole game system, including the suspension matches and invoices. If you do have any questions, head to westridingfa.com website to our support hub, or ring us on 0113 282 1222 or email info@westridingfa.com.